Good evening, everyone. Myself, Athurva Kase, welcome you all for this post-event session of IISF 2023. We have Mr. Satish Rao, sir, ex-scientist, Space Application Center, Ahmedabad, with us, and Mr. Santosh PC, President, Indo-Science Education Trust, Pune. So I welcome you all for this event, online event, where we'll be making you learn how to make the satellite, how to fetch the online IP of the satellite at your home, and while connecting it with the home network at your place. So initially, let's start with the building process. So when you get the kit, I hope everyone has their kit with them. So this is the kit which is would be with you when you will be start building the satellite. Post that, you need to open the kit and check all the components presence, and there would be some MDF panels, some stationery, some colored wires. So once you open your kit and take out all the material, you need to keep the MDF panels in a sequential manner so that there would be no confusion with how you need to like build your satellite and all. So once you come open your kit, you need to keep it assembly like this as shown in the picture. This you have learned earlier. We are repeating that this because if some students may have confusion in mind that how to build it and all, so we are doing it for the same. So once you keep this, there are some colored wires. There are four colored wires in color format: orange, three wires of white, orange, and purple, and four wires of yellow, green, black, and red. So you need to make it together while connecting. So now let's start connecting the sensors. First, you need to take the yellow, green, red, black color wire for connecting the BMP280 terminals. As you can see that the BMP280 terminals have color code sticker on them. You need to connect the wires according to the color code mentioned on the MDF panel. So after completing this, as I'll show you in the picture how the connection needs to be done. After connecting this, you need to keep the panel where it was earlier. Next, we will do the connection of the DHT11 sensor, which is used for sensing temperature and humidity. In this case, we will not connect it directly. We will enter the wires from the hole, which is present over here, and pull it out from the bottom. After pulling it out, we will connect them according to the color codes given as shown in the video. Now, this this you can see that the connections has been completed. Post connection completion, we will keep the sensor where it was earlier. Now it's time to join the satellite. Now here you need to keep the node MCU aside for some time and join the box in a similar kind of flower format where the open end is there from above. Now you need to be careful while connecting this because the wires may get stuck in between the joints. If it is so, please pull out the wires gently so that they won't get cut. After application of the panels, you need to apply a rubber band in a doubled format so that the box doesn't open up as shown in the images. You can see that the single rubber band has been applied two times. Now the next connection of the node MCU is pending. As you can see that there are also color codes present on the node MCU. You need to connect the wires of the sensors according to the color code given. On D6 you need to connect white wire, on GND black, 3v3 red, D2 green, D1 yellow, GND purple or lavender, and 3v3 orange. To avoid confusion, you need to count the terminals and then connect. In the session earlier, when the event had happened, we had seen students will be confused in this. So while connecting, please count it while connecting the wires so that there would be no confusion. Now let's move ahead. How the connections will be doing. Now in the images, you can see the wires has been connected according to the ports. BMP 280 connections are completed. Now let's move ahead for DHT11. DHT11 wires are also completed. Now we will be connecting the switch and or the battery wires which are there on the GND and the V in pin as black and red respectively as shown on the MDF panel. Now let's connect it. Connection has been completed. Now the connections of the sensors and node MCU has been completed. Now let's move ahead for battery connection. Before the battery connection, we need to switch off the satellite. This is a cautionary step. Switch off the while switching off, you need to make sure that 0 means off and 1 means on. Before connecting the battery, switch the terminal towards the 0. After that, connect the battery to the battery terminal on vice versa figures, that is hexagon to circular and circular to hexagon respectively. As you can see, the connections have been completed. After completion, you need to place the battery inside the satellite and gently press in the wires and close the upper box. After closing the box, you need to apply the rubber band in a double format as we did earlier so that the satellite would open. Now, the solar panel needs to be applied in the minus port which is available on the satellite. Now the satellite is completed. You need to switch on the satellite, and if check, we need to check how to check that the node MCU blue light will blink and the DHT11 light would be on a switch on state. Now the task which we are going to do now, we will not be using battery over here. We will be using a power bank. Now let's see how the further steps where you can see the data while connecting your satellite to a mobile phone internet can be done. Now let's switch towards that. This is the website. Let's okay. This is the website which we of learning of your. I have shared this website of via your faculties. Also, I have shared this website on the chat box as well. You can get it from there. Now, the information of the Vimosat building video, which is shown right before this, has been also given over here. You can watch it from here. To have as a requirement before doing this IISF challenge, which is with you, which we have given two Android mobile phones, one micro USB cable, mobile adapter. Before complete before doing the process. Now let's so now let's again. First, you need to my screen sharing is loading. If the screen is visible or not. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible. Can anybody from the audience please acknowledge if the screen is visible? Satish sir, can you just acknowledge if the
Yeah,
screen
yes,
is
it is
visible?
visible. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, now the first process that we need to do is you need to take the first mobile phone, go to the hotspot settings. Once you go to the hotspot settings, as you see, my first hotspot was named something like AUK and password was different. So we need to change the password and the SSID. You need to tap on that and change the SSID according to the series that you are having. Now I repeat, you need to change the SSID according to the series you are having, and the password should be iset@1234. After that, you will be click on the done button or the tick mark button and switch on the hotspot. I am visualizing the series and the hotspot names on the screen. You can check accordingly which series you are having and what should be your hotspot name. I will be here on this screen for next half a minute. You can note your series accordingly. I hope you might have noted down your series accordingly. Now, once you have created a hotspot, you need to switch on your satellite. Now, how you will be powering a satellite now? You will be using the micro USB cable. Connect the one end of the micro USB cable to the power bank and connect the another end to the satellite pin that is here on the upper end USB channel. You can connect it over there. Post that, the satellite will be in on state. No need, you can switch on the button as well. After that, you need to take the second phone. Now what process needs to be there on the second phone? Before that, you need to install analyzer app. I have given the link on the website itself. You can click on that and install that. You need to install the net analyzer app, which is shown on the screen. After that, on the second phone, you will connect your mobile phone to the hotspot that was created earlier. As I will give an example. For example, I was on L1 series. My hotspot name is Iset0. You will connect to that particular Iset0 network and then open the application. Now, once you open the application, you will click on these three dash as shown on the screen. A panel will open. You need to click on LAN scan. Once you click on LAN scan, this interface will open. You need to click on the scan button. Once you click on the scan button, all the devices which are connected to that particular. Now, here, device name Espressif would be visible. Espressif Inc. This device is the satellite which is connected to that particular network. Now, you need to note these IP down, and after noting this IP, you need to open the Google Chrome and enter the IP address and press search. You need to search this IP address on the Google Chrome. You need to make sure while entering this IP and searching this IP, your mobile should be connected to that particular hotspot. If not, then this IP will not be in a like open. I repeat that while searching this IP address, your mobile or laptop should be connected to that particular hotspot that was created earlier. Once you click on similar to this will open. This is the actual satellite data that is giving data, real satellite which you are having on your end. Now, this is the process to see the data. Now, what you need to do on your end after this, you need to keep the data running for at least 30 seconds, and post that you will click a screenshot, and a Google form link is given on the page as well as the message that has been shared with you. You will open that Google form. This is the Google form. It is loading. Once you open, you will enter the email address, full name of participant, standard, WhatsApp number, school name, and you will upload the result screenshot over here. Why we are doing this? Because this data is going to be submitted to ISRO authorities, where we'll be creating a report of your data and creating a generalized report for submitting to the authorities. So I hope everyone will complete this process. Now, if anyone has any question, they can ask in the chat box. We are open for questions. Okay, fine. I request everyone to complete this process and submit the what we say, a screenshot of the result as soon as possible, so that we can create the report accordingly. Thank you for joining this session. Good day, students.